Hello guys, this is Andy. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to bezel this 30 to 20 oval rhinestone. You're gonna need 10-0 seed beads. You can even use 8-0, it really doesn't matter, or 9-0, and these 12-0. You can do this also with 11-0. I'm going to use this thread. This time is 020. It's the same company that makes Fireline, but this is way much cheaper, and I'm always using this. It's either 020 or 018. I'm gonna get me some 016 too. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, this is what I have done. I picked two 12-0 beads, then one 10-0 bead, then two 12-0, then one 10-0. You have to have the count of 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay? As you can see, these green beads are separated with two gold beads. Now I'm going to push them down, all the way down. Okay. More. Okay. And now I'm going to tie my knots. I'm going to tie just one. Okay, so I'm going to circle through all these beads and tie my knot right next to the third bead, right here. Okay, just make one more circle. Okay, just one circle inside of these beads, and when you get out next to the third bead, you will tie your knot here. I'm gonna do this off camera and meet you right here when I tie my knot. I have tied my knot and I went out through this 10-0 bead. You can exit wherever you want. This is just something I have to cut, but I will do that later. So my next step will be I will have to take one golden 12-0 bead and go through the same bead, this green one. Ooh, I tied it, pulled this too strong. This is okay, then go through the next two 12-0 beads and exit to the second green bead. I just have to put these 12-0 beads above these green beads. Okay, so I'm picking one 12-0 and going through the same bead, then through the next three bead to exit on the next green bead. Okay, I'm gonna do this off camera. You can do this by yourself and I will meet you right here. So this is how it looks now. I have put my last bead, circle it, went out through this green bead again. Now I have to climb up to make some arches between all these beads. Okay, I'm just gonna do this to climb up. Okay, here I am now. You can do the same thing with using super duo beads. Instead of these green beads, you can just put super duo beads, and when you finish and tie your knots, you can directly climb up. You will get the same result. To some people it might even be easier, but I like it like this. Okay, so my next step is really easy. I'm just going to add 5 golden beads between these top beads. Just gonna add 5. It's a very simple step. 4, 5, 5, and just go through this top. Okay, like this. I'm taking 5 again and go through this top bead. That's why we added them. If you are using super duo beads, you can just go through the top part. Okay, do this step all the way around and I will meet you here. So I'm at my last step, adding my last 5 beads in this row, going through this top bead, and I will climb up to exit through the middle bead of this arch. Okay, just like this. Our work looks very curvy, but don't worry about it, it will all set later. So I've went through this upper bead and went up through these 3 beads and exited through the middle bead of our arch. And now in this step I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to add again 5 beads and go through these middle beads of our arches that we've just added, just like this, taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beads, okay, and go through this arch, okay, like this. I'm going to pick 5 beads again and go through the next top bead on our arch. Okay, now do this step once again all the way around and I will meet you right here. So I have circled almost everything and now I'm going to make my last step by adding last 5 beads and going through this middle bead. And also I will go again through these next 3 beads of our new arch to exit at the top. Just go through the middle bead and you will be right at the top of this arch. Look, it's not so curly anymore, it looks a little bit better. Okay, now it's time, oh come on, focus, to start decreasing the count of beads. Look at this, oh come on, better. We're gonna do the same thing again, but not with 5 beads. We're gonna put only 3 beads. Okay, only 3 beads and go through the middle bead of our new arch. Only 3 beads. This way the cup will start to form and later, you see, it starts to bend. Now it's a common netting. 3 beads, then go through the middle bead in our arch. Okay, you see, I'm gonna do the same thing all the way around. You do that thing too and I will meet you here. So here I am at the end of my step, picking my last 3 beads and going through this top bead and through the next 2 beads to exit to the top part of our 3 beads in our last step. Okay, so I'm out here from the middle of our bead. Now I'm going to add 1 1201 green bead and 1 12-0 like this, and I'm going to enter through the middle bead of our 3 that we've just added like this. Okay, I used to do this without adding these 2 beads on the side, just by putting this larger bead 8-0, 10-0, and there was always my thread was always visible at the corners, so I have decided to add this time 2 beads on the sides. Okay, like this. You see, just pick 3 beads, 1 gold, 1 green, 1 gold, and go through the middle bead of our previously added 3. Do the same thing all the way around. Okay, so I have circled everything, added my last 3, and exited through this green bead just like we've exited previously everywhere. Just exit to this top part. Now we have our cup, and we will insert our rhinestone facing down just like this. It sits very comfortably. You can see it has a lot of space, but we will narrow that down with our next step. Okay, so when this is inside, I'm just going to, I want that you see my how do you say that, line of my rhinestone. Okay, this top part of the rhinestone is between 2 beads, and lower part is 1 bead only, because it's an uneven count of beads. Okay, so to narrow this down, I'm gonna pick 2 12-0 beads and go just through the green bead like this. Then add 2 beads again and go just through the green bead like this. I'm gonna do this all the way around, and you should do that too. I will meet you here when I add my last 2 beads. Okay, so I have circled everything with 2 beads, and circle it all around once more to make this stronger. So this is our bezeled rhinestone. If you want this to be stronger, this is a kind of soft, you see, it's not so tight. You can just skip adding these 2 beads in the path where we were adding green beads. If you add only green beads, this will be set way much stronger, but I just like it when it's softer, because it's easier to use it later. This is how it looks on the front. I like this part. You see, it has like a crown and the light goes through it, just like it kind of looks like a vitrail. You see? you can see your rhinestones through this part on the sides, and it adds more light. That's why I like this type of bezeling. It's really nice. Now you can continue your work from here by climbing up and exit somewhere here, or even down here, and start adding your own beads and creating your own design. Okay, I'm gonna use this in my next project. I hope you like it, and I hope it will be useful to you. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you next time. Ciao, ciao.